President Trump imposed additional 25% tax tariff on India, purely because they are buying Russian oil, right? And he also imposed 10% penalty tax on Canada because Canada endorsed, I think, Palestine last week. So basically, given unpredictability of Trump, and Sri Lanka needs China, Russia, and India. We can't basically get away with those countries. What Sri Lanka's strategy should be to handle Trump?
Good question. So first, I agree with what was said. See, one of the biggest issues we have is SAARC has been an absolute flop. So because of that, we hardly trade with any of these countries. To take ASEAN, they are on a different planet. They trade within themselves huge amount of volumes, right? We just hardly do. But I think on record, must say Reliance, right, has currently working with 5 companies. I wouldn't mention all, but I will tell you what it is in the public domain, to take our products to India, right? Ceylon Cold Stores is one, where they're taking some of their soft drink brands. Melbourne is one, where their biscuits are being taken. And one other project, altogether 5, the other project which is in the public domain is, one of Murali has put up a canning factory exclusively for Reliance. I mean, that is great, because we've struggled generally in the past getting access to India. And here we have one of the largest companies supporting 5 of our companies here in Sri Lanka to get market access. I mean, that is fantastic. And I think we must place on record the support that has been given. But to your point, I mean, the biggest issue is, whether we like it or not, I mean, we have to face Trump, no? And then my point of view on this, forget about what Trump is doing, because we wouldn't know tomorrow whether we would be at 10, 20 or 100%. Right? Now, we wouldn't know on India, they were at 25%, we were talking. 1 week after, all of a sudden, they're at 50%, simply because you're buying oil from Russia. Right? We wouldn't know what is in store for us. Let's get our house in order. I think it's a damn good wake-up call. So what do we need to do? I mean, I don't know whether you can remember, maybe Rohantha may be able to remember. In 1990s, we talked about a single window for our imports. And we had something called a EDI or something, electronic data interchange or something like that. Right? Single window. Still we haven't done. 30 years down the road. Not done. Because there's no emphasis and focus on trade. We have to trade whether we like it or not. We need consistent policies. You can't have a case where Temu and AliExpress new rules. You can't have a case where new rules are coming in for BYD overnight. You can't have one and say all of a sudden there's protectionism being given to certain sectors. So those are all inconsistent policies. So we need real focus on trade. We need to make sure that, because we are very protective, no? So we have built so much of barriers so that we can't plug ourselves into these global supply chains. And we need to know, Shamir, what are we good at manufacturing? We can't manufacture everything. We must know what is it that we can manufacture. The things that we can't manufacture on a competitive basis, there's no point trying to manufacture. Just no point. Take Australia. 10 years ago, they closed down the car industry. They don't know. Can you believe they don't even have an assembly plant? Because of policy inconsistency, I'll tell you one thing. A couple of years ago, so many companies started assembly plants here. No? Now, you tell me whether anyone is buying a car assembled in Sri Lanka with all these EV cars coming in. Shamir, would you buy? No. Because you have brand new cars which are coming in, maybe even at a cheaper price. So all those assembly plants, so that's trade, right? We gave incentives a few years ago saying, so many car companies started assembling here, but now they're all up in arms. Because it's just policy inconsistency. It's successive government, not just this government. So you can't. So my thing is, it's a damn good wake-up call. Let's get our house in order. Let's focus on trade. Without trade and investment, we got a good foundation now on the economic front. It's just a foundation.